And then they came for Blazing Saddles, because of course they did, because we knew this was happening. So many people have talked about how Blazing Saddles could not exist in 2020 because of so many people getting on social media and being fake offended over everything. And yes, I said fake offended because they're not really offended by anything. They're fake offended because as long as they continue to act like a victim, then things will be handed to them. Therefore, they don't actually have to work for anything. They can continue to benefit from being victims, because hard work does not apply to the social justice narrative. Being qualified does not apply to the social justice narrative. Being a complete and total victim and being offended by everything is the social justice narrative, and that is why in 2020 something like Blazing Saddles could not exist, because we want representation, but then we give representation and then you complain about how the representation is being portrayed, because again, it's an endless rabbit hole of victimization. It will never, ever end, and moments like this is only going to continue us down that path. So here we have it with HBO Max adds intro to Blazing Saddles to put it into the proper social context. Thank you so much. Thank you, HBO Max. You have literally saved millions of lives by this brave and stunning act, and I'm not sure that I would have been able to survive this movie without this amazing intro to warn me about the proper social context, because you are the definitive authority on what is proper social context. Thank you, HBO Max. And I want to give a personal thank you for the millions and millions of lives that you have saved by this stunning sacrifice. Thank you to all of the woke white people at HBO Max that did this for all of us. So yes, obviously they did the same thing with Gone with the Wind earlier this year, and we all joked about that and how dumb that was. And now it says HBO Max has targeted the 1974 comedy classic Blazing Saddles, which was nominated for 3 Academy Awards. Wait a minute! How could it be nominated for 3 Academy Awards? How could a movie that is so problematic, how could it have gotten awards? How is this possible? How is this possible?
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that there's a black sheriff in an all-white town and he has a friendship? What? The mainstream media told me this was impossible. And you mean that they actually make jokes and they're not offended by the jokes? What is going on here? The mainstream media told me that black people and white people have to be fighting and have to be at each other's throats constantly. How is this possible, ladies and gentlemen? So again, you know, Blazing Saddles is an iconic film. I haven't seen it in a long time, but honestly, based on this news right here, I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to watch it because, and I'm going to tell other people that may not know about it to watch it because it is funny and it's a classic. And if the woke brigade out there on Twitter is crying about it, which we all knew they would, we knew this was happening. They're so predictable. Social justice warriors are so predictable. They do not have an original thought. They are programmed, and we knew that they would be programmed to be offended over this, just like they're going to be programmed to be offended over the next thing, because they don't have any real thoughts. They are programmed. They are told, hey, you have to be offended over this, and if you pretend to be offended over this, then you're going to benefit. You don't have to actually work for anything. You don't have to be qualified. You don't have to actually earn anything. You can just be a victim and benefit from that, and that's exactly what social justice is all about. So Blazing Saddles is now problematic, as we predicted it would be, and tomorrow something else will be problematic, and the next week something else will be, and in 10 years something now that's acceptable will be problematic in 10 years, because it never ends. The woke nonsense never ever ends. You know this. I know this, and the people that are on social media are never going to stop being fake offended. So stop giving them any credibility. Laugh at them, okay? Laugh at them, and what? Don't ever try to have a conversation, because the moment you try to compromise, you have lost with these people. Use their stupidity to continue to make your own life more beneficial, make your own business more successful, and laugh at them when everything else is not an option. Just laugh at them. Just laugh, because a conversation is not something they're interested in. They're never going to be interested in it. I promise you that. And if you enter that conversation, if you try to get that compromise, then you have already lost. So, go watch Blazing Saddles. Enjoy it, because it's funny, because it's awesome, and it's not scared to make an offensive joke, because offensive jokes are funny, and that is the reality of the situation. Go check out geeksandgamers.com if you have not. Sign up for an account, jump in the forums, and for $10 a month, become a premium member to get exclusive access from myself and the team. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.